the single most hyped niche in the entire crypto gaming space, besides Axie Infinity and the play-to-earn craze that happened back in 2021, onboarding millions upon millions of people, was the Metaverse. When Mark Zuckerberg went ahead and teased the Metaverse vision, everybody and their mother was on top of it in the crypto space. Hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars worth of valuation flooded into the crypto gaming niche. Since then, a lot of people wondering what happened with the Metaverse. I'm going to go ahead and highlight multiple crypto games that have transitioned from the Metaverse into what is now the brand new MMORPG narrative. This is Jesus Martinez. If you like the content, like and subscribe. We're bringing it every single day in the crypto gaming space. Without further ado, let's get right into it. A lot of people clowned on the Metaverse narrative back in the day, but in my opinion, it gave hope and birth to many great titles like Star Atlas, Wilder World, Cornucopias. The games that inspired them weren't great. I mean, let's be honest, when you think about, Decentraland and the Sandbox, you don't think about great crypto games, but you think of things that made a lot of axes. That's really it. But guess what? At some point or another, good games have to come out, or else the space just isn't going to go ahead and make it. And so what people ended up doing with those hundreds of millions of dollars raised in the Metaverse narrative is they shifted into a grander vision, a little bit separated from what Mark wanted to go ahead and do. And they transitioned into MMORPGs. Crypto, it's about telling great stories. And what is an MMORPG? It's a massive multiplayer online role-playing game. Exactly that. Metaverses, they're great and all to get people to go ahead and look at it, but you want to tell a great story if you want people to actually be interested in what you are doing, which is why a lot of these crypto games actually transitioned into MMORPGs, and why I think personally, in terms of crypto gaming, MMORPGs are going to be some of the best titles in the crypto gaming niche. You can build a great game, but without a great story, it just won't work in this industry. So let's get into the first one, which is Forgotten Runeverse. It is an MMORPG on the Ronin network, recently migrated to it. And it's a game where you could go ahead and do multiple things here. You can adventure, create, build, trade. You can discover hidden secrets and quests and hunt a wide array of monsters and creatures for rare treasures and experience on your way to level 50. Now, there has been tests open for people to go ahead and see the Forgotten Runeverse. This is a collection that back in the day raised a pretty heck of a lot of money. Has gotten around $2 million worth of revenue. So they definitely have the budget to build a solid product in the crypto gaming space. I've seen a lot of people in the Ronin network really hyping this title very specifically. And of course, as everything in the Ronin network, there's a huge focus on the earning component. That's just kind of been the story with the Ronin network that we've learned. They have create to earn, where you can gather, craft, mint, and earn. As that kind of entails itself, there is going to be a focus on selling the items that you have gone ahead and created from playing the game. You mint them and resell them on the blockchain to go ahead and make a profit. I always, as a person that has played MMORPGs my entire life, have asked myself, why in the world do I have to go to these weird black markets to go ahead and sell items or gold? Well, a lot of the time, it's because the publishers think that they're not going to be able to get their cut. And so they're a little bit angry at you for actually buying gold in different places versus grinding the game more and just flooding themselves with microtransactions. In crypto, things are a little bit different. You actually have the ability to sell your own. Usually there's a larger upfront cost. It depends on if you're buying land or if you're buying an actual NFT. But a lot of the time, despite the fact that there's a higher upfront cost sometimes, you get to go ahead and make a heck of a lot more if you actually choose to make that your thing. And in my opinion, if we're making a massive multiplayer online role-playing game, we need to have earning, because the economy kind of runs the entire game. Remember on 𝐼𝐾𝐄, if I wanted to go ahead and craft the rarest bow in the game, I have to go to an auction house and actually buy it. So why in the world can I go ahead and trade that for real money? Well, in crypto, we've actually gone ahead and solved that with cryptocurrency. So that's why a lot of these games, they make a lot of sense, and why I think in terms of crypto, this is the most sensible piece of utility in the entire space. And so what can you go ahead and do in games like Forgotten Runeverse? Using the Ronin playbook, they're doing donuts. They launched a new glorified donuts point system, which allow you to earn sweet on-chain rewards. I've gone ahead, farmed it a little bit, not too much. I have 190 donuts, started today, but you could go ahead, go to this Bugbear Temple, open up cards, you get your daily donut, and you earn. So we'll see how much this ends up being worth, whether there's a token. I don't know just yet, but I do know that Ronin has the highest user numbers right now on the blockchain, so it's definitely not something you are going to want to miss out. Of course, as always, all the links for literally everything are going to be in the description. I'm going to make your life easy. Don't worry about it. And that's going to be the first game. The second one is MapleStory Universe. So this is the big one on Avalanche. We've got Play Off the Grid. That's a battle royale game. But guess what? We're talking about MMORPGs here. And MapleStory, legacy title, IP, enormous. So many people have played MapleStory Universe. It's crazy. They go ahead and decide, we're going to go to the crypto space. And they got the money to go ahead and do it. They raised $100 million from Nexon, the people that actually went ahead and created MapleStory, and they're going to crypto. What is the reason for them going to crypto? Well, one, Avalanche is a pretty cool little thing. They're doing it on a subnet. But the second thing that I have realized is they have really good retention numbers. There was an 82% retention rate, which is enormous, over 195,000 transactions, all recorded in only 10 days by only 700 plus pioneers. So it's only 700 people, 195,000 transactions. So a lot of transactions going on. The TLDR is that the play to earn ecosystem is going to be ran through the actual items that you're going to be earning inside of the game. There are over 180 million plus registered players globally, which is enormous. One of the biggest gaming IPs in Southeast Asia, and just tons and tons of transactions have gone ahead and been done on MapleStory right now. In my opinion, if you're looking for a crypto game that has not launched just yet, but you really want to get into it, MapleStory Universe has got to be maybe one of my top picks, if not my top pick. Treeverse is the next one. This is on Immutable X. This is like the golden child of IMX. If IMX wants to succeed as a gaming chain, they need Treeverse to succeed because they've done so much marketing for Treeverse. It's crazy. This is an MMORPG right now in development. They've got mobile capabilities. It reminds me a lot of MOBAs in the sense that you can go ahead and actually have abilities. You move around. You got your little 3 base abilities. Use them to go ahead and destroy things and move around and destroy. It's a top-down, open-world, classless MMORPG. What that means is that you're going to go ahead, play the game. You're not going to have a class when you start, and just as you learn things, your knowledge is going to translate into the actual character that you end up developing long-term. This is my favorite, personally, type of MMORPG because you go into it and you craft your own story. It's a role-playing game. You're not supposed to just have your own predetermined story. You should be able to make your own unique story because all humans are unique, as should you in the Treeverse. They actually have their combat trailer, all kinds of stuff. Main reason you should be looking at this, and shout out to Raiden for this, is the open alpha should start in August or September. I'm assuming it's going to be in September. It's going to be on PC and mobile. This is a 100% free-to-play game. There's going to be multiple tokens in the prize pool, including their own. So there is going to be their own token. This is official here, N token, right? That is going to be coming to the crypto space. They've already teased some demos for how their launchers are going to look. Immutable has done tons of marketing for the Treeverse, and if you didn't know, they have 3 active collections on OpenSea right now. NFT trees, which are the most by far. They're extremely expensive. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars. Treeverse plots, you're going to be able to place them on Treeverse and build on them. And the third one is the timeless characters, which are cosmetic characters, so they're going to be the really cool ones that you go ahead and flakes with. Their pre-alpha is scheduled for Q4 2022, so it's coming out real soon. In terms of how much they've raised, when I looked at the Crypto Rank website, I saw that it was only 2.5 mil. Didn't make any sense to me, so I dug a little bit. Saw that they have a 25 mil valuation raise on their seed round, co-led by 𝐼DEO Labs and Animoca. Animoca is a big VC in the space, and they also had a 2.5 mil raise in December of 2023. So quite a bit of money raised there to actually make their product happen. And considering they're on IMX, and IMX is worth billions of dollars right now, we can assume that there's going to be a lot of hype when it comes to Treeverse right now. Treeverse actually, it just has so much lore. The avatars, the actual trees, the actual bosses, everything looks absolutely epic. And that's why a lot of people are hyped for Treeverse right now. Wilder World is the next one. Wilder World, it's kind of like, You combine everything people thought of metaverses and you just gave it a ton of lore. That's really what it is. I actually like this one a lot. You know, these are people that we've had as sponsors on the channel, so full disclosure there. But honestly, like, I've spent a lot of money on Wilder World. As someone that has lived in Miami, they have a 1-for-1 replica of Miami. They call it Wyami, so they just put a W on it. It's called Wyami, and they have tons of lore surrounding it. Wilder World, it's a massive multiplayer metaverse that leverages the latest advancements in photorealism, artificial intelligence, and blockchain technology. You as a Wilder control its future. Even cooler is, you know, they've got that utility token, and in my opinion, this is the most undervalued utility token in the entire crypto space. You can trade, earn, go ahead, harness resources to generate wild, and vote. Is a land that is going to be distributed very soon. It's going to be very important to the ecosystem as a whole. They also have tons of different ways you can tap into it at a $66 million market cap. The city of Wyami is actually the size of a city. They've got a racing component, which in my opinion, this racing component is the best racer in the entire crypto gaming space. They've shown that they can deliver. For the longest time, they had nothing, and now they're beginning to show everything that they've been building over the course of the past few years. This is a project that has tons of capital and tons of hype surrounding it. They also have an airdrop campaign that is currently happening right now. It's called the Odyssey. If you own a Trinity, this is for whales, I personally do own this. The cheapest one, you'd have to own a Wilder Wheels at 0.2 ETH, a Wilder Beast at 0.29 ETH, and a Moto Genesis at 0.15 ETH. You get bonuses on this play to airdrop campaign. I do have to say that they, I think, already did their land, snapshot, so you're not going to be able to get lands for owning this Trinity. That's why the prices have kind of done what they've done. But for the most part, the Odyssey right now, it's leading onto what I think is going to be a lot more gameplay for the Wilder World IP. They've already teased a shooter. They've also teased the fact that open world is going to be coming for Wilder World. And that's why I think Wilder World, this is more of a Polygon thing, Ethereum, is going to be an absolute smash hit in the crypto gaming space. Not afraid to talk about the economy side. Star Atlas, Solana. This is Solana's golden child. Solana has not a lot of crazy good crypto games, but the ones that they do have are very much quality driven. Star Atlas has been in development for quite some time. And this is that Unreal Engine 5 space exploration mega titan that everyone has been looking to see. What can crypto actually deliver? Star Atlas is trying to be that game that has world-renowned economists trying to figure out how to make the best economy in any crypto game that has ever existed before. It's a just mega game. There's just so much to it. There's ships, there's crew packs, different sectors, different factions. We've got the Oosters, we've got the Mud faction, all kinds of faction, all culminating to an epic battle of the stars. It's exactly what they are. Star Atlas had a ton of hype because they released a browser-based simulation game that simulates a real-world economic system. They're big into economy. It's called Sage Labs. It had, at one point, I think like 16% of all Solana transactions. These days, it's like somewhere around 3 to 4%, but they still have just tons and tons of transactions. People have spent millions of dollars on ships. They're called Titan ships. They're the highest class on Star Atlas, just to go ahead and accumulate them. So there is a diehard community. I've heard a lot from Galafam that have transitioned over to Star Atlas. They recently had their crew packs, which, these crew packs, in my opinion, are going to be absolutely crucial. You're going to need them to actually run your ships on not only Sage Labs, because Sage Labs is important, you get resources, but also on the Unreal Engine 5 build. So when that huge, grand, expansive, open world MMORPG comes out for Star Atlas, you're going to need crews to go ahead and take advantage of it. So they've gone ahead, done good for their holders, and just a ton of hype for Star Atlas right now. They have a 2-token ecosystem. They've got Polis, which is right now their governance token, and they've got Atlas, which is going to be the spend token in their actual ecosystem. So figure you should know that. Let's get on to the next one. Cornucopias. So this is the vast open world game that is going to be smashing the crypto industry. Of course, that's what they go ahead and say. They started off on Cardano, which I think is really interesting. I mean, a lot of people over there kind of Cardano all the time. I know Alex Becker says all kinds of things about Cardano, but in my opinion, Cardano is totally sleeper. There is just so much overestimation in all kinds of crypto gaming chains. They say, oh, but this crypto game, you know, it's on IMX, so it must do a 300x. But they don't think about Cardano games. And in my opinion, it's the games that just think about going outside of the box, that start off on these smaller chains, build that die-hard community, and expand beyond and become chain agnostic. I think Cornucopias is doing it right. They recently expanded over to base. They're going to be all over the place. Cornucopias, it's an open world MMO set in a world where humanity has ascended from the Earth's surface and created a breathtaking new world in the sky. So they've got these domes, which I think the domes are pretty awesome. They actually released one very recently, Zone 1. It's called Solace. And Solace reminds you a lot about nature, which is very naturey. They've got 3 sectors which have land. Each sector is just divided. It takes 30 minutes of just walking in a straight line to go ahead and get to the end of this. There are NPCs, town halls, all kinds of stuff that you're going to be able to use within the Cornucopias sectors, and each dome is just going to be so expansive. There are tons and tons of content to actually go ahead and play in. There isn't a crazy amount of loops at the moment, but they are building out on that. This is also one of those plays that you're going to be able to take advantage of if you're someone that is good at video games, where they run racing events, where they give out small, medium land plots. It's great for people that are big into racing games to take advantage of. They also have avatar creators, which they've worked a ton on, as well as scanning your land plots. You're going to be able to actually see those in the game and see where the land plots actually lie into. They have a 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜 token, and in my opinion, 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜 is a very sensible token. You use it in the game. That's pretty much it. It went really crazy earlier this year because they had their node sale. You needed the 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜 token to go ahead and actually accumulate this. Since then, they've really relaxed, as the crypto gaming space has done the same as well. The file nodes, which is what they're going to be using, in my opinion, I think are really cool. File nodes, essentially the TLDR of it is they're going to all be able to combine to make you download the game faster. I think the game right now is like 30 gigabytes. Some people aren't as privileged as others. They have slower internet, so this is going to be a great utility basis for crypto gaming. And that is pretty much a TLDR of what's going on in the crypto gaming space for MMORPGs. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. As always, links are in the description. Till the next time, stay classy, and that's all.